Mary Ellen? Okay. Yeah, ready.
Good evening, folks. To start off, you have to understand what's happening here. You see, Al and Tim and I sing in a gospel quartet called the Northwoods Gospel Quartet. See, Tim's a singer and Al's a singer, and I don't know why they have me. But anyway, we've got a tradition every year for somebody's birthday. We come up with a song, and the song is always a parody about some song from somewhere at some time, but not anywhere near close to this time. Well, this year particular song is called Tim and Connie's Restaurant. Maybe you've heard something like it.
Where's that?
It's about Tim and the restaurant, but Tim and Connie's Restaurant is not the name of the restaurant, it's just the name of the song. And that's why we called the song Tim and Connie's Restaurant. Yeah. That's what we did, wasn't it? Yeah. You can get anything you want at Tim and Connie's Restaurant. You can get anything you want at Tim and Connie's Restaurant. Walk right in and steps around the back, just a half a mile from the ATV track. You can get anything you want at Tim and Connie's Restaurant.
Now, it all started 10 Thanksgivings ago when my friend and I went up to visit Tim at the restaurant, but Tim doesn't live in the restaurant. He lives in the art gallery nearby the restaurant on the 3rd floor, the night gal of the bell tower, with his wife Connie and Henry the cat. And living in that bell tower like that, they got a lot of room down in the basement where the coal used to be. Having all that room, seeing as how they took out the coal burner, they decided they didn't have to take out their garbage and clinkers for a long time. We found all the garbage and clinkers in there, and we decided it'd be a friendly gesture for us to take the garbage down to the clinker pile at the town dump. So we took the half a ton of garbage and clinkers, put it in the back of a silver gray minivan, the one with the automated door, took shovels and rakes and implements and destruction and headed on toward the town dump. Well, we got there and there was a big sign and a chain across the town saying, "Closed on Thanksgiving." And we had never heard of a dump closed on Thanksgiving before, and with tears in our eyes, we drove off into the sunset looking for another place to put the garbage and clinkers. We didn't find one until we came to the side of the road, and off the side of the road, there was another 15-foot drop, and at the bottom of the cliff was a pile of clinkers. And we decided that one big pile was better than two little piles, and rather than bring that one big pile, we decided to throw ours down. That's what we did. Drove back to the art gallery, had a Thanksgiving dinner that couldn't be beat, went to sleep and didn't get up until the next morning when we got a phone call from Officer Mick. He said,
We just found a wood-fired bread cooker at the bottom of half a ton of garbage and clinkers at the top of JR's. That's Connie's ex. Got at JR's clinker pile and just wanted to know if you had any information about it.
And I said, "Yes, sir, Officer Mick, I cannot tell a lie. I put that wood-fired bread cooker underneath that garbage in the clinker pile." After speaking to Officer Mick for about 45 minutes on the telephone, we finally arrived at the truth of the matter and said that we had to go down and pick up the garbage and clinkers, and also had to go down and speak to him at the police officer station. So we got in the silver gray minivan with the automated door with the shovels and rakes and implements of destruction and headed on toward the police officer station. Now, friends, there was only one or two things that Mick could have done at the police station, and the first was that we could have given us a medal for being so brave and honest on the telephone, which wasn't very likely and we didn't expect it. And the other thing was he could have bawled us out and told us never to be seen driving garbage and clinkers around the vicinity again, which is what we expected. But when we got to the police officer station, there was a third possibility that we hadn't even counted upon, and we was both immediately arrested. Handcuffed, he gave us a breathalyzer saying if yours was at Tim's, you must have had some wine. Should have made me smell mighty fine. And I said, "Mick, I don't think I can pick up that garbage and clinkers with these handcuffs on." He said,
"Shut up, kid, and get in the back of the squad car.
And that's what we did. Sat in the back of the patrol car and drove to the
dog.
scene of the crime, unquote. I want to tell you about the town of Waukegan, Wisconsin, where this happened here. They got 8 stop signs, 2 police officers, and 1 police car. But when we got to the scene of the crime, there was 5 police officers, 3 police cars, being the biggest crime of the last 50 years, except for them weed grows in the Nicolay National Forest. But that was no count. And everybody wanted to get in the newspaper story about it in the Forest County Republican. And they was using up all kinds of cop equipment, and they had hanging around the police officer station. They was taking plaster tire prints, footprints, dog smelling prints. They took 27 8x10 color glossy circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back of each one explaining what each one was to be used as evidence against us. Took pictures of the approach to get away, the northwest corner, the southwest corner, and that's not to mention the aerial photography done by that chopper, the one that heard some dude got hit by a tree. After the deal, we went back to the jail. Mick said he was going to put us in the cell. Said, Mick,
I'm going to put you in the cell. I want your wallet and your belt.
and I said, Mick, I can understand you wanting my wallet so I don't have any money to spend in a cell. But what do you want my belt for?
Well,
and he said,
we don't want any hangings.
I said, man, did you think I was going to hang myself for littering? Mick said he was making sure, and friends, Mick was, because he took out the toilet seat
So you couldn't bang your head and drown.
and he took out the toilet paper so I couldn't bend the bars, roll out the toilet paper down the window, slide down the road, and have an escape. Mick was making sure, and it was about 4 or 5 hours later that Tim remembered. Remember Tim? It's a song about Tim. It's a song about Tim. He's a real somewhere man living in Waukegan, making all his wonder plans for his whole buddies. Tim came by and with a few nasty words to Mick on the side, bailed us out of jail, and we went back to the art gallery, had another Thanksgiving dinner that couldn't be beat, had another drink of pink Chablis. Well, that's my story about Tim of Tim and Connie's restaurant. Even though none of this took place at the restaurant, although now the art gallery is Tim and Connie's restaurant, it's not the name of the restaurant, it's just the name of this song, Tim and Connie's restaurant. Because the guy we're singing to is Tim of Connie's restaurant, because it was his birthday yesterday.
Well, actually not yesterday, but we wrote the song last week and we were focused on it yesterday. But today is yesterday from Tim's birthday, but the rest of the song wouldn't make sense if we didn't say that was yesterday. I'm going to shut up and let Tim talk.
He was born yesterday. He was born over half a century ago, and in a state called Indiana, and not at Tim and Connie's restaurant. So happy birthday, Tim. Tim of Tim and Connie's restaurant, and we hope you and Mick are still friends, and that we get to sing with you for many years. So we'll wait till it comes around on piano here and sing it when it does. Here it comes. You can get anything you want at Tim and Connie's restaurant. You can get anything you want. Even head. Walk right in around the back, just a half a mile from the ATV track. You can get anything you want at Tim and Connie's restaurant.
I hope you got a king-size bed.
Hi, buddy.
He snores.